In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to create the pig pattern that came along with your kit. So to start, we are going to make the body. So you're going to need your pink yarn and your 4mm crochet hook. And we are going to start by creating a slip knot, inserting your hook, and now we are going to create a magic ring. Now that we've created our magic ring, we are going to place 8 single crochets in the center of it. Now that we're at the end of row 1, you're just going to pop a stitch marker in that last stitch before we start on row 2. And now in row 2, we are going to increase in every stitch. So you'll have 16 stitches at the end of row 2. So I've replaced my stitch marker, and now we're going to move on to row 3. In row 3, we are going to alternate between 1 single crochet and an increase, alternating all the way around for a total of 24 stitches in this row. And now for row 4, we are going to alternate between 2 single crochets and an increase. So 1 single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches and then an increase. And we're going to alternate that all the way around for a total of 32 stitches in row 4. And now for rows 5 through 12, for a total of 8 rows, we are going to be single crocheting all the way around in every stitch, and you're going to have 32 stitches in every one of those rows. So that's for a total of 8 rows again. Now that we've completed row 12, this is when I like to flip my work inside out. That's optional, you don't have to do that. I just like the look that it gives it. So now we're going to insert our safety eyes between rows 8 and 9. You should do it approximately across from where your stitch marker is in the back. So do that about 4 stitches apart. It's really up to you, however you want it to look, but approximately 4 stitches apart. Just make sure that there's enough room to place your nose in between them. And then once we've placed those, we'll start to decrease and close. So now that we've placed our safety eyes, we are going to continue and start decreasing. So we'll grab our hook again. And in the next row, row 13, we are going to begin decreasing. So you're going to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease in the next 2 stitches. You're going to alternate that all the way around. You'll have a total of 24 stitches at the end of this row. And now for row 14, we are still decreasing, but it's going to be 1 single crochet and then a decrease, alternating all the way around for a total of 16 stitches. All right, so now we're going to start stuffing the head. We're just going to get a good base down in there so that you don't have to try to shove a large amount through a small hole. So you're just going to get as much as you can in there without getting in the way of the stitches that you still have to finish at the top. So you don't want to overstuff it. Just get a good amount in, because once the hole is smaller, it's going to be more difficult to pack it in there. Now that we've done that, we'll move on to row 15, where we are just going to decrease all the way around, and then we'll continue stuffing the head. So now you don't need to replace your stitch marker, so we'll just put that to the side. And then we are going to continue stuffing the head before we close up this hole by decreasing. So just take your time, be patient, make sure you get as much stuffing in there as you can. You don't want the head to really be squishy at all, you want it to be as firm as you can get it. All right, so now that we've stuffed the head and it's nice and firm, we're going to continue decreasing around until this hole is small enough that you can't really maneuver your hook around it, and then we're going to finish closing with our embroidery needle. So now we're going to pull out a long tail for sewing. Just snip that off, pull it all the way through, And then we're going to pull that tight. Grab an embroidery needle from your kit, thread your yarn on there, and then you're just going to weave your yarn in and out of those outward facing stitches and just kind of close up this hole. Just make sure you're pulling everything tight so that there are no gaps. And then snip off the excess. And then there's your head.